I'm hoping you can hear this well enough. These two beds now are out of use. I say out of use. You can see here I'm literally just raking this about. I'm going to get these weeds out. I say weeds, there's a few little bits of weeds, there's some monge too that's self-sown. This here, I know everyone says don't compost in situ, everyone else says compost in situ. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to rake this about just very lightly. There's loads and loads of compost in here. Halfway up this bed I'm going to put field beans in, because last year half of this bed, or just over half, was broad beans, so there's going to be broad beans in here. That's one whole packet will go just over halfway there, so I'm just going to go just short of halfway, because I can, you know, it doesn't matter if there's a small gap with the field beans. In here I'm going to clean this out, tidy this up, weed it, hoe it just very lightly. There's not many weeds in there, and I'm actually going to put 2 rows of giant winter spinach seed direct in there. If it grows, perfect. If it grows large enough to harvest, even better. If it doesn't grow, get, you know, November time, late November, I'll pop field beans in here just as a cover crop. Possibly, we'll see. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. If either of these need topping up, which I don't think they do, actually I might actually clear this rather than compost it in situ if the ground is good enough. But I'll see. So that's my plan for today. The electric fence is off. This brassica cage actually needs some weeding. Leeks are looking superb. Still got some courgettes coming, but they're going to be defunct soon. Oh, got a marrow forming there. I'll pop something under that. Kale in here starting to look good. Cabbage is looking good. This bed will be defunct soon. Then that'll be prepped ready for next year. The blue pumpkin, you probably can't see it down there, is doing well. These chickens have been in here. I've took the battery off, ready to charge up. But yeah, so I'll quickly show you. Just climb over the fence. The wind's blown everything about. The chickens have been in this now, but this is the newer of the compost. Don't know if you can see that, how good that actually is. That's basically like soil now. A little bit of soil actually in there. So this is usable now. Just need to get that covered up and maybe pop a brick on that, because I don't want that uncovered. There we go, job done. But this wood chip, if I need to top anywhere up, will be what goes on those beds, because although the top is dry, there's actually a little bit of heat in there. Lovely. I might not use that. I might just use a little bit of compost then. And that is looking good. So everything pretty good. I don't think the beds need topping up. It is as windy as anything over here. Yeah, everything looking pretty alright. Everything looking pretty good. Still some beetroot to harvest in here. But next year will be even better. So I'll get on top of things a bit more. So I think that's about it. I'll just do that bed prep and then I'll maybe have another quick update. Okay, I have quickly cleared that. I've maybe been 5 minutes and I've raked it over. It is all bed prepped. It's a few clumps in it still from the old horse manure that went down last year. Coming along here, I'll just scoop down, excuse the fence. You can see I've kind of straightened my lines up again. I'm going to climb over the fence, and I'm actually going to show you, although this looks at ground level, because the birds have scratched around in here, this actually slopes up, and I'll show you the actual depth I've got in here. Just excuse me climbing over. See, this all looks like ground level. I'll just put my hand here, but when I actually go through to the actual ground level underneath, that is the soil down there, and that's up here. Don't know if you can see that. That actual soil right down there is a good 4 or 5 inches down. So I'm going to go with that. I don't think I need any compost. I know a lot of people say with no dig you need to top up with compost every year. just some grass clippings being spread about there. But there is, when I started this, I actually put down 6 inches of composted manure over this whole area. You can see I've just, and I put some composted wood chippings on. I need to just level it off a little bit more, and I'm going to come up to here with field beans from that end, and I'm going to take 2 lines through here all the way up to that end and pop some seed in. Then I'm done. There are a few little bits of grass just to pick out as I go along, but it's basically there, and that's winter bed prep over here. That will be it. That will be the winter bed prep, raking it over. Next year it'll need compost, but all good, all good. I'll get sorted. Oh, look how good that chard is. That's ready for a harvest. Wow. And the ragged Jack Kale's picked up a little bit, but a lot of what's in there is going to not really do much. I think I'll uncover that soon. There's really only the chard that's doing anything now, so we'll see where I go with that. I've just gathered a barrow full of the composted wood chips just to top up over one end. I don't even think I'm going to need a whole barrow full, but now I've tidied the pile up, you can actually see how well composted this is. This heap here needs turning in on itself again when I get the chance. Dig about inside here, you can actually see what I've got, and oh yeah, that's fantastic stuff. This side is the newer of it all, as you can see in there. That's where we're up against, what we're up to. All good. I'm going to cover that over a bit better, and I'm going to get that stuff on that bed and get some stuff in. I've got 3 rows of field beans in, 1 in the middle and then a row either side, coming all the way up. I've stopped short of the middle, and I've popped 2 sticks in just to show where they've got up to. And what I'm now going to do is, if I had someone here to video, that would be brilliant, because I could actually show you what I'm going to do. But oh, I know, I will just tell you. Just up that end, I didn't even use half a barrow full just to top all this up. You can see it's exactly the same as over there. And this is the wood chips from up there that on the surface when they're dry look not very composted. That's how much I've got left. So field beans there, broad beans here. Someone might want to know why field beans. You can eat them, they will crop, but because of these conifers I need to find out what will grow at that end, because a few things struggle. Legumes seem to be okay, as does squash, but I'm going to see how those field beans actually do. It's a whole packet will go in here and 2 whole packets on the allotments on plot 1. But if these field beans will crop, you actually get smaller pods but more pods and more beans, so I might switch over to growing field beans to eat. What I'm now going to do is, I don't know if I can show you, I've just got my old hoe with a slightly new head. I do want to get an oscillating hoe. I'm going to go along like this, straighter than that. I've got a piece of string in my pocket, and make a channel like that. When I'm done, all I've got to do, and I'll put the spinach seed in, is just come over it like that, just slightly sideways, cover it over, that's the spinach seeds in. So that's what I'm now going to do. That's the 2 rows of spinach in. All nice and neat. 2 little sticks down that end, and 2 sticks this end, just to show where the rows are. But I've found that growing like this, I get absolutely minimal weeds. It's only when somewhere like a bed like that I've got to get in the net, and which I'm going to try something different next year, that I'm struggling with a little bit of grass. But the actual main bed, I mean, that's the pathway, that's going to get uncovered soon and sorted out. But it takes me 5 minutes to climb in there and weed that. I've just been really busy with my normal day job, so yeah, all good, all sorted. Broad beans are coming through at home in trays, so as soon as they're big enough they'll be over here. I will probably get my 2 net systems and net over this. That's probably, I might even do that now with one of my net systems, just to keep the chickens and the birds off. And I'll use the same system here that I always do. Pull that down tight, put the metal hoop in and the yellow one over it, just so we can see where it is. All good.